In last section, we derived governing equation for one-dimensional compressible flow, and in deriving these governing equations, we consider a control volume in a flow field, and there is something happening between point 1 and point 2 inside this control volume, that is changing properties at 1 into properties at point 2, and there we said that these changes can be brought by three phenomena. First one is normal shock wave. First one is normal shock wave. We will also see other two phenomena which are Rayleigh flow and Fano flow. But right now we will consider normal shock wave. So what is a normal shock wave? Normal shock wave is a phenomena which is associated with supersonic flow fields, and by definition normal shock is perpendicular to the flow. And to get a physical feeling of what is a normal shock wave, we will consider two examples. In example 1, we are taking a duct which is divided into two compartments. In one compartment, air is contained at a pressure of P1 is equal to 5 bar, and in compartment number 2, air is contained at 1 bar, and this is a diaphragm which is separating these two compartments. Now let's suppose that at t equal to 0, the diaphragm ruptures. The air on the left side is at 5 bar, and air contained in the right compartment is at 1 bar, and at t equal to 0, these two airs at different pressures come into contact with each other. So say after some time dt, what will happen? The pressure in the left compartment is higher 5 bar, and the pressure in the right compartment is 1 bar. So the air in the right compartment will be compressed by the air inside the left compartment. So the right compartment will undergo a compression, and the air inside the left compartment will undergo expansion waves. Expansion means decrease in pressure. So after some time dt, we will have at point A, on the left side the pressure is 5 bar, on the right side the pressure is 1 bar. So the pressure is changing suddenly from 5 bar to 1 bar, and this phenomenon is called as normal shock wave. And normal shock wave is a very thin region. It's a very thin region of the order of 10 to the power minus 7 meter, across which pressure suddenly changes from higher pressure to a lower pressure. So what will be dp by dx across this region? 5 minus 1 divided by dx is 10 to the power minus 7 meter. So dp by dx will come out to be 4 into 10 to the power 7 bar per meter. So inside the shock wave, this is our shock wave, and inside the shock wave, pressure gradient is very high. That means we cannot neglect viscous forces inside the normal shock wave. Similarly, dt by dx will also be high, and that means there will be some heat conduction happening inside the normal shock wave, and the presence of these viscous forces and heat conduction phenomena are irreversible in nature. These are irreversible in nature. So inside the normal shock wave, whatever is happening, it is irreversible. Another way to define a normal shock wave is it is a discontinuity. You can see in this graph that on the left side the pressure is 5 bar and on the right side a pressure is 1 bar. So it is a discontinuity in a flow field. The discontinuity in the flow field across which pressure, temperature, density suddenly changes. Now let us consider second example to get further feeling of normal shock wave. We know that air consists of molecules which are moving randomly with a particular velocity and energy. Now in our example, we have taken a flat-faced cylinder which is situated in a flow. Now and in the figure A, the flow is coming at a speed of V infinity. Some of the molecules of the air impact on the cylinder, and the energy and the velocity of these molecules will change. And as we explained in the case of sound wave, that this change in velocity and energy of the molecules is propagated by a sound wave which will travel in every direction at a speed of a infinity. Our flow is traveling at a speed of v infinity. So what will happen? Since the speed a infinity is greater than v infinity, this sound wave can reach far upstream. And what does this sound wave communicate? It communicates the presence of this body. It communicates the presence of this body. And therefore, the molecules far upstream can adjust their flow accordingly. You can see that these streamlines are very well curved. There is no sudden change. In conclusion, we can say that in a subsonic flow, a sound wave can forewarn the molecules which are ahead or upstream of the body of what? Of the presence of the body inside the flow. Now consider figure B, in which we have considered a supersonic flow in which the flow is traveling at a speed v infinity which is greater than the speed of sound which is a infinity. In this case, molecules impact on the flat-faced cylinder, and due to this impact, a series of sound wave generates, and they travel the information of the presence of the body in all the direction at a speed of a infinity. Now in this case, we know that the flow ahead is traveling at a speed of v infinity, and our information is coming at a speed of a infinity. Information of what? The presence of the body. So we know that v infinity is greater than a infinity, and since v infinity is greater than a infinity, these sound waves cannot forewarn the presence of the body. Rather, these molecules coalesce at a very small distance, and in this area, the flow becomes subsonic due to the impact of the molecules on the surface. But In the upstream direction, the flow has no idea. The flow has no idea of the presence of the body, and that is why, and the streamlines cannot compensate the presence of the body. So till this position, or this till this point, the streamline is a straight line, and after this point, the streamline has to suddenly change its direction, suddenly change its direction, and this sudden change creates a normal shock. This sudden wave creates a normal shock. This line represents a normal shock wave across which the flow properties suddenly change. The flow ahead, the flow ahead is supersonic. The flow behind is subsonic. So, in conclusion, we can say that in case of a subsonic flow, a sound wave can propagate in upstream direction, and in a case of supersonic flow, the sound wave cannot propagate in upstream direction. So, it is nature's phenomena or the nature's way of dealing with sudden changes, and in this case, nature establishes a normal shock wave. Nature establishes a normal shock wave. If you haven't yet understood the physical meaning of a normal shock wave, let us see a video of Rajnikant.
तुम्हारा किल कदम चुपचाप बाइक चलाओ वरना अब बंदूक का क्या फायदा।
அப்படியா?
अय्यो अम्मा! अडेंगप्पा!
கண்ணா எதிரியை திரைதான் மோசமா இருந்தாலும் முதுகுல நோ ஷூட்டிங். யா 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 யா. மனுஷன் ஸ்பீடா இருந்தா யாரும் ஓவர்டேக் பண்ண முடியாது.
So, as you have seen in the video, subsonic flow is like the picture number 1. Consider this bullet as a sound wave, and consider the bike of Rajnikant and Rajnikant himself as a body. So, in a subsonic flow, this sound wave can propagate or travel in the upstream direction and can tell that Rajnikant is coming. But let us look at the second figure, in which our sound wave will be left behind by the Rajnikant, because here Rajnikant is traveling at a speed of supersonic, Mach number greater than 1. So the flow ahead of the Rajnikant will have no idea of him coming, because sound wave is behind the Rajnikant. So it cannot communicate the information of Rajnikant coming in the upstream directions. Thank you.